right, marketers, grab your overpriced standing desk and that oat milk latte you love so much, because welcome to Notorious B2B, the only show where we treat LinkedIn drama like breaking news and expose the real B2B marketing sins.
Yeah, think of us like SNL meets TMZ, but for the people who argue about whether gated content is still a thing or not. I'm Task Bober, B2B landing page nerd and lovable troll on LinkedIn.
And I'm Tim Davidson, the guy making TikTok-style videos and cutting fruit on LinkedIn. Together, we're cutting out nonsense and roasting the most ridiculous trends in B2B marketing.
Because if we have to suffer through another 10 things getting engaged taught me about B2B sales, we're taking you all down with us.
Let's get into it. Let's start it off with a nice little kudos. Let's give some kudos to Kaylee Edmondson for $1 million.
Holy shit. First of all,
Isn't that crazy?
Why are not more people talking about it?
I don't think anyone knows.
They did. She posted about it and everyone's like, she got like 300 likes and then like no one said anything after that.
Well, one, she did a reshare. So Kaylee, if you're listening, step up your game a little bit, please. But which is still killed though. But that's the thing. I saw it in a couple Slack channels where people like post it and they'll be like, is this real? And they're like, well, what is this? What are you talking about? I don't think a lot of people actually know. And the other thing is I think people just think it's like
fake.
It's just like, oh, who's going to win? Like no one really wins anything. Like people just think it's fake. She has receipts. She showed us receipts.
She did show us receipts, the invoice for $1 million. You know what's hilarious is I told my husband about it, which obviously, you know, your spouse like only 60% listens when you're telling a story. And so then a couple of weeks later, I was like, yeah, man, like that'd be crazy. You know, with Kaylee's thing, I still can't believe it. And he's like, okay, is she going to do like payments or lump sum? I'm like, she didn't win the lottery. She like won a prize. He's like, oh, I wasn't listening. So I wonder if it was like one of those where people like, it just kind of slipped under the radar, but I don't think people realize how big of a freaking deal it is.
I mean, let's be honest. Like some people are like, oh, cool, whatever, $1 million. I'm rich.
But I mean, to win $1 million still.
Oh, yeah. Well, kudos to her. Cause like if I don't even remember if I saw that ad. I don't. All those things. I don't like reply. I'm like, I'm not going to win. I'm not going to. Yeah. She won. Think about that.
By asking the question. Oh, for anybody who's like, what are you guys talking about? Perplexity put out some sweepstakes or whatever on
the Super Bowl thing.
The Super Bowl Sunday. What Super Bowl thing? I didn't know it was a thing until she posted it. So then,
neither did I.
Okay, so they put out this thing. I don't know where they advertised this because obviously I would have definitely entered if I knew. But they said for Super Bowl Sunday, download the app, put a question in the app, and then we're gonna pick up one person and they're gonna win $1 million. And Kaylee,
she did it
as the good person she is, follows the instructions to a T, asks the question, who is going to win the Super Bowl? Fucking wins $1 million.
It's so crazy. Now, granted, it's going to get taxed. Maybe you actually get 500,000. That's amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
What would you do with it? Real stuff. Like, what would you do with it?
Invest it. My husband's like, first of all, you would not be posting about it.
That's probably why she's not talking about it much.
Yeah. He's like, I would never let you post about it. 2, we would invest it. And 3, just keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what she's doing also.
Yeah. That's all you can really do. But kudos to her. That's really awesome. I'm glad it was real.
Glad it was real. And the reason that we're so tainted about these things being real or not is because we've had some history in B2B of people backtracking on some of their stuff, but Perplexity did not. So kudos to Perplexity also.
I see what you're saying, but maybe you were getting to the state of LinkedIn.
The state of LinkedIn.
It's freaking chaos right now. It's absolute chaos.
Isn't it always chaos though? Like
I think it's leveled up. I think social in general is leveled up, but I think it's getting worse, I guess. I love it still. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. Like just the content and just like what's going on there is just getting crazy.
Okay. Let's talk about a few examples.
Talk about first. Yeah. Which one?
Let's talk about boobs guy.
On deck?
Yes, I do. I have it open. He deleted this post, but lucky for him, there's like been 1,000 people who have written about him doing this. And I'm going to share one of this. So post this beautiful post right here. They're showing. Okay. Let's talk boobs for a second. Are they any less valuable if they are attractively presented? So my theory is the larger they are, the more they tend to be covered up. The smaller they are, the more they tend to be on show. Obviously, there are exceptions to this rule, but it's got me thinking, the more confidence we have in whatever we're presenting, the less we tend to shut up. You know what's funny? I'm laughing because this is actually the first time I'm reading the entire post.
Yeah.
I read the first couple of lines. I'm like, I can't go through with this, but maybe there's actually a lesson in here. Oh, the balloon emojis.
It came with a shirt of a girl, by the way, right? There was a picture of a girl in like in an office or something like that.
Bent.
Well, yeah. Like a classic, like
leaning, button up shirt, bigger breasts, and he puts this on here. Apparently, based on the comments, it's like LinkedIn took way too long. So he wasn't taking it down, but LinkedIn was going to take it down. Power of the people.
Are you sure about that?
I don't know.
I feel like there's some other stuff that's been on here that's worse.
Oh, I'm sure. But it's hilarious to me because like there are people on one side that are so afraid to post on LinkedIn because they're like, what are people going to think about my very tepid takes? And then you have James over here who's just like, I don't give a fuck. Post this shit.
It's interesting. The thing is, I can't tell. This is where it gets worse. I can't tell if people are just doing it because they know it's going to get a bunch of engagement or this is like their actual thoughts.
Well, have you heard of Ken? What's his name? Ken.
Yes.
What's his Ken Cheng? This guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, he posts
satire though.
Yeah, well, is it obvious to some people though? Like, I mean, it's hilarious.
Yeah,
but it's like, how come no one took the other guy's thing as satire? Like, you think because
his sounded more serious though. You know, I think some of Ken's are pretty like you can tell they're satire. Like they're pretty.
Yeah, like this one about snakes.
Yeah, like some of them are pretty out there. And just like, even just his profile picture just makes it look satire. Like now he's just known for it. I don't know. The other guy, I can't tell. And I've seen other posts like that where just his profile alone, you can tell. It's just like a satire thing.
Is this a real dude though?
I would assume so. I mean, if it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty funny, actually. That's a good idea.
Poker play.
If these are real, I don't know.
And that's the thing is like, you know how, what's his name? The marketing millennials guy, like he did the marketing millennials brand while he was still in-house and no one knew it was him. And he was posting this stuff. And I always look at this guy and I'm like, this is a real person who's like employed somewhere. And he uses this as his outlet to like fuck with corporate America and all of the shit that he sees, which is hilarious. And honestly, like I'm kind of bummed I didn't think about this idea. Maybe I'll take credit for it. I'm like, I am Ken.
It's actually pretty smart. And it's a good idea.
Yeah, except he's way funnier than I am. So
I guess it's just like a meme account, right? Like if he might be real too. There's that.
Wait, he has a cameo?
I'm telling you, he's probably a comedian because that's the other side of it. Real dude. Maybe he's an actual comedian. That's probably him.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe his shtick though is because it's Ken Cheng CEO. Like maybe that's his shtick.
Oh, maybe. We need to look into this guy a little bit more.
Is that a bunch of reviews? Like no way. Is that? Oh, it's only 5. It's only 2 reviews.
2 reviews.
I thought it said 500.
And it's him or not? Oh, this is his video.
To be honest, I don't know, but
okay, we need to look into him because that would be hilarious.
Hey Kim, it's great to hear from you. Great to hear that you're
from London.
Next level, because if you weren't, you would be stagnating, plateauing. But luckily, you are a go-getter, and that is great. And there is always a direct path to success. Don't listen to the haters. The haters will tell you there's not.
That seems very like actual LinkedIn advice. I was hoping he would just like roast me for $75. He would be great at that.
If he's real.
If he's real. And apparently, and if he's really British, because that did not sound like a real British accent to me. Okay. What else is going on LinkedIn that is unhinged right now? Or like not in a good way, like boob.
Well, I guess you can define unhinged, but some people think it's great. And I have a couple thoughts on it, but the gated comment posts, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Brendan Hufford calls it engagement ransom.
It's not the best name. Maybe we can come up with a better one though. But essentially you have some sort of asset, whatever, some ads library, some course, some, I think you see a lot of them now are just like, here's 100 pages of how I grew my LinkedIn following, or, here's 100 pages how I did X, Y, and Z. To get it though, you have to like, comment, and they'll send it to you through DMs. So you have to connect with them as well.
Yes.
Now it's been overplayed. It's just, I don't know when it started, but I've seen it like last year, definitely. And I will say some of those go pretty viral.
Yeah, because you have all these people commenting.
You gotta play the game. Right?
Yeah.
That's the game. So, all right. So I don't do it. I've never done it. I've joked about it, but I've never done it. I've thought about it though. Never done it. What do you think about it?
Okay. So I've not done that. but you know, I have this like resource hub thing. And so when I launched it, I did the like classic, I'm going to put the link in the comments, which now LinkedIn loves to bury that shit too. So without saying comment for the fucking hub or whatever, I'm just like, hey, it's in the comments. And I've gotten like a couple hundred likes on those posts without having people like jump on this wagon. But I know that the commenting thing, people are getting like 500,000, whatever, because obviously the reach is the game. I think there's two sides of the camp. One is like, it's so annoying. It's like the get ebook play in B2B that we all shit on all the time. Then there's the other side of it, which is like, oh, I need to, you know, how am I going to keep track of everybody or whatever? But the other side is like, well, no one's going to see it if I don't somehow like play this reach game. I'm not promoting it. But then on the third end is people who are like, I actually don't mind it. As long as one, the content is valuable, two, you actually follow through. And I think I see those complaints more than the like comment ding dong for the report or whatever, right? Like that's what people are complaining about. It's like, I comment on this shit. I give them their part of the transaction, but they don't give me my part, which is the actual thing.
So there's that. I will say that's very annoying. And I've been down that route. Yeah. They just don't. And I'm petty or obsessive or whatever you want to call it. And there's been some people that I actually wanted the content. They didn't. I did the comment. I did all that. Didn't get anything. Did a double comment. Tagged them. Didn't get anything. Messaged them. No response. They post something else. Another gated comment post. I say, that's great. Do you have this one? And I've gotten responses on that, which is funny. And they'll like actually end up sending it. But yeah, that's an annoying part. I will say that's very annoying. Now, just to play devil's advocate, because I actually think it's overplayed, which is I would say that's the big problem. Obviously, if you don't send it, that's annoying. If it's terrible content, it's annoying. Where I actually think I don't see why not play the game. It works. And I have examples, actually. Yeah, real examples because I've talked to these people.
You've talked to these people, so
oh yeah,
They won't send you the assets, but you managed to get them on the phone.
These ones are friends to an extent. These ones are friends.
Wait, you have friends who do this? This is great.
Oh, I got
friends in low places.
Oh, just kidding. Oh, don't be mean. Some of these people are good people.
Okay, I won't be mean. I'm not being mean. Sorry.
All right. The first one. Okay. And this guy, he actually, so Joseph.
Oh, I love Joseph.
Right? Great guy.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Don't like knock everyone.
No, he's amazing. I love him.
He's amazing. He does it for his ads library, which is actually really good. It's good content, right? That's something you want.
Yes. And he delivers. He always follows through because I have all of them. And I have all of them without even commenting because he's like, I know you're going to love this. It's kind of like adjacent to what you're doing.
There you go.
And I've used his ad library, like the search one. I use that one to help me get landing pages for my swipe file. So like very
great content. Yep.
Yes.
Great content. Now here's the thing. So I pulled up some of his posts that have done it. So this is one, here's another one. Joseph Hill, love the guy. I've talked to him a number of times. He doesn't have a bunch of followers. His content doesn't usually get 100 likes, 50 likes. Like he might be around like 30, 50 on average, right?
Yeah.
Boom. Yeah. 1,200. Look at all those comments. Why, if you're that, why not do that? Because he also has done this twice. Yes. Not 1,200, but 580. And that was a month ago when LinkedIn's reach obviously way down. Mm-hmm. Why not do it at that point? You know, another example. He does this a couple of times.
Brendan went in on him.
Really?
Yeah. On one of these.
Maybe another conversation. Now, to be fair on this one, this was 9 months ago before it got crazy.
Okay.
He's done it again after that. This is the one I had pulled up. But like, why not get that many engagements? Again, he has some better posts, but he doesn't have like consistent 200 like type of content. Why not get that reach from that?
So he did say like this post.
Like this post.
Comment on this post, asking for a link. Connect with me so I can send it to you. Is the connect with me thing, because I know like you can't DM each other if you don't have like the premium or whatever, or you only get so many a month. So like, I don't mind the like, hey, comment on this post, asking for the link. And maybe you like give people the link in the I don't know, but like, I guess people wouldn't comment that.
People just see that and they just could grab that.
Okay. But
there is another rule that happens here that I've learned because I don't do them, but there's a certain number of DMs you can send a day. And so when you have 42 comments, you got to give it a time right? Like, so you can only do like whatever 50, or I can't remember what the max is if you have like the most expensive thing, like Sales Navigator, but you can't do it all day. You're gonna get in trouble.
Oh, actually, you know what? I did hear about this where if you send like multiple messages, like my former boss told me about this because she has like a VA helping her with her messages. And so if she sent like 16 messages within like 30 minutes, it would flag it as like automation or something like that. And she'd get like a, I don't know what the ding is, but she would be restricted essentially. So I wonder if that's part of it. So then that's like one very big flaw in this whole thing.
That's a flaw for sure. And if you don't have time, like
don't do it if you can't deliver on it.
That's true. Now here's another example. This is an anti-example.
Oh.
Me, I put out an ads library. I have I don't know exactly how many followers Joseph has or anything. And this could be my problem. Do not get me wrong. This might not be a gated comment post problem. But if I'm looking at this, 63 and 35 comments, and then I see gated comments gets this, should I play the game? Maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and obviously I've seen Loda firsthand. Loda is Tim's LinkedIn ads library on Coda. Oh, did you change it? It's LinkedIn.adideas.com.
I can get Loda.com. It's someone has that.
But is it still called Loda?
Yeah, it's still called Loda.
Okay. So it's all his LinkedIn ads color coded, may I ask, because he had to be extra. And it's amazing because I've been there on the building journey with you. And you got 220 here. Yeah,
because I had to post twice in the same day because I said, fudge you, LinkedIn. I'm not letting you get me down. So I had to post twice. But again, look at that. If I'm going to get only 15,000 impressions when I know for a fact these other ones got 500,000, why not play the game? Just because someone's going to say, oh, you made me do this.
But see, this is when I've posted my resource hub, this is kind of the numbers that I would get. And I was like, oh, this is good. But then you see thousands and are like, son of a gun. Because the only time I've ever gotten, like my highest count that I've ever gotten is 1,200 likes. And that was for a meme that I shared a few weeks ago.
I'm going to give you one more example of this because I think it's the best example, actually.
Okay.
So now, again, this is a little bit different, but I think it's a direct showing of it, I guess.
Are you showing me? Oh,
yes, right here.
Okay.
Eric Sue owns a marketing agency. He's got a bunch of followers. But if you look at his posts, he doesn't get he's not like a viral sensation or anything like that. This post about this thing called care.ai that they created. It's like one-to-one ABM's ads at scale. Look at those comments. 1,300 comments, 636 likes. The reach on that's going to be a lot, right? Well, and
he asked for the comment thing.
He asked for the comment.
Okay.
Yeah, ABM is cool. You had to comment. ABM is cool. Blah blah. And you kind of went.
Okay.
I created a video using it, and mine got maybe 200 likes. And so again, I'm pulling it up. I just for some reason I lost it. If I'm not playing the game, am I missing out? Yes. In this example, yes. Like why not play the game?
Probably because it's considered shit. So then would you make the argument for
don't get me wrong, it's 300, but why not try for more?
I mean, I guess this goes back to the B2B argument too, which is should we do gated content or not?
Different. Well,
is it different?
Different for some people, right? Different for me because do not get me wrong. Some people are doing this so they can track your engagement. You DM them, and I've gotten this. They'll qualify you. They'll literally ask you, how much are you doing in this? What's your revenue? Blah, blah, blah. Some people are doing this and setting up nurtures. Guess what? People are doing that because you like their comment, you like their post anyway. So don't even get started on that. But I'm not going to set up a nurture. I can guarantee you give two shits about a nurture.
Yeah.
I'm all about I want to get the reach of it. The gated content you're talking about, you're getting a phone call. The only reason to do that is because you want leads so you can have sales to reach out. A little bit different. No, I'm not going to spend $100 per comment, right? To get that information like a gated content, but I will try to get the comment reach. I haven't. I'm not saying I'm doing it. I'm trying to play devil's advocate here. I see the bad side, but I'm saying here's it all comes down to. Is this any different than those posts that say that give you 75% of this content, but to get the rest of it, and some of those people that you've mentioned, do this, go to my newsletter and sign up. Is it any different than that? Right?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You want the full content? Yeah, go to my newsletter. Here's the thing. Is that any different? I'm not sure.
So you're kind of saying if you're going to be in that camp, you got to be fully in that camp. You can't be doing it kind of in your own way and that's okay. But then these guys do it and then they're shady as fuck.
I mean, anything in marketing, sales, if you do it shady, then you shouldn't do it. Like, don't get me wrong. Like anything, it doesn't matter if it's the freaking most charitable thing. Charities are really fudged up as well, by the way. Even though those sound great, they're not.
Yeah.
So there's that. But I don't know. I don't know, because I'm also seeing a lot of people post about it. I'm like, oh, you know, I hate these posts. If you ask me to comment, I'm going to unfollow you immediately, or I'm going to block you. I'm like, oh, well, that actually is scary. Like, I don't want people blocking me, which is going to tell LinkedIn something. You know, you get enough blocking, you get blocked.
Yeah. Well, okay. So are you going to turn this into a post and talk about like
I think I have to now. I got a little heated there. I think I got.
Yeah, you did get very passionate about it. I feel like it should be maybe a poll that's like, what is your beef? No, listen, polls are so good. That's how we figured out the name of a podcast, because you wanted to do like marketing mode or something. And then exactly. Remember? Yeah, remember. And then second, I did about like, you know, I thought that people would be most pissed off about pricing not being on a landing page. And then 400 people had done it, and like it was really close with product imagery and pricing. And we were like watching it like a hawk. It was like Story Lane, Nevadic, and Eric from like Demo Dash. We kept refreshing the poll because we were like, what? For real? Like the product imagery thing? So that was like really interesting. I think you should ask people, what is your biggest beef with the comment for this asset post? Is it that you have to comment and it's this like engagement bait? Yeah. Or do you think it's because like it shouldn't be gated? Or 3, like you never get the asset, or the asset isn't valuable? And see what people actually say. Because if they actually don't mind the commenting thing, and they're like, yeah, it's just that the asset is shitty, then maybe the issue is make better content.
I mean, that's always the answer. I think it should be better.
And I'll do it on Saturday if you don't.
Saturday, you ain't getting anything on Saturday. People will see it 2 weeks later.
First of all, I do polls on the weekends only, and it's on for a week. And I get, there's good to, you have more people who follow you than me. You'll probably get a ton of people.
Not really. I got a lot of bots. So that's fair. Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah,
you do one and then I'll do one. But I'll do the gated comment. Like, you can't do the poll unless you comment.
Added step. No. Okay.
If they comment, if they put in the poll, but I don't see a comment, I'll just exit out. Like yours doesn't count. Like I'll get rid of you and block you.
Can you actually delete someone off of a poll? I don't know,
but that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, that would be hilarious. Like, you didn't comment, get out of here. Your opinion's not valid because you didn't comment. Candyland.
That's good. Yeah, I'm curious. I think I'm scared because I'm seeing a lot of people. I think ultimately what the problem is that it's just become so
commoditized. So
like everyone's just doing it now.
Yeah.
And I will say, I'm not going to name them, but there's some people that literally that's like all their posts. It's just set. And it's usually the same asset changed up a little bit because you're running out of assets, right? Like you can't just do it every day.
Yeah.
And so they're just regurgitating the same thing. At that point, it's 100% just freaking bullshit.
Okay. Can I ask you this then?
Oh yeah.
Do you think that I should, so I have 2 things that, because I've just posted about it a lot. So I had Rhoda, not Loda. Rhoda is my assistant for anybody. And I had Rhoda like consolidate my posts on like the consulting stuff, like the niche business. Cause I get so many people who reach out to me. They're like, hey, can I have a networking call and pick your brain about this? I'm like, okay, go read all my shit about, this stuff. So I was going to put in like a little guide that she made, and I was just going to like put the link to it. Should we test it? I have that thing, and then I have another like landing page thing, and I have another landing page swipe file that I still need to release. You have created Loda in the time that it's taken me to even just go look at my swipe file to like check it so I can launch it.
You told me about the idea. You told me about your landing page idea. I was like, oh, that'd be great to do with ads.
Oh, ads.
And then I was like, actually, we'll just tell the story. You were like, I'll show you I'll like send you the template. And I'm like, all right, great. Whenever you get a chance. Crickets for like a few weeks. Hey, just in case you forgot. Crickets. Oh yeah, I'll get on it. Nothing. And I was like, all right, fudge this. And I played around in Coda. I figured it out. And then I just scaled it with my VAs. So it was great.
Yeah. I was a terrible friend. It wasn't intentional. It's just like, I just forgot. I actually did forget. And then I
figured out a good process. That was the thing. I figured out a good process with my assistant, so I can like, here's the link. You do all the things. She color, like the color coding. I could not.
All her. Yeah.
Well, I told her to do it, but yeah.
Oh,
I had the idea.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We always have. It's funny because now my assistant, will get like mouthy with me because she has gotten to know me. So the other day I like had her, I was having her do this like copy paste work for something. And I was like, hey, as you know, I'm going to be out today, you know, with my kids, they're both home, but just keep doing that task I told you about yesterday. And she responds and she goes, oh yeah, the boring one. I'll try to stay awake. I was like, whoa.
Yeah,
I was like,
that's
okay.
hilarious. Good for her.
Yeah, good for her, honestly. But see, I respond well to stuff like that. Like I like people talking back to me and stuff. So I was like, okay, right, you got another point in my book.
Wait, so you're saying you're going to test it though, if you build it, when you build it in a year or so, is that you'll test it with the gated comment post?
No, I just feel so icky doing it.
Well, the problem with that is like, you don't know what would happen if you didn't.
Yeah,
right?
but also I don't want the DM thing.
No, I get you. I'm saying like, if it was to be a true test, we don't know if it would outperform versus not, or like what the backlash would be. So I posted the Loda thing. My thought actually was, if it doesn't do well, which define do well, right? I can, and if it was the first one I showed you, which had like 60 likes.
Yeah.
If that was it, and I didn't like go crazy and like, I'm just going to switch it up a little bit and then post it again literally the same day, by the way.
Same day.
And it got 220, which is crazy to me. So I was like, all right, if it doesn't work next week, I'll just do the gated comment and I just wanted to see. But now more people saw it. So like now what I'm worried is if I do that, people would be like, motherfucker, like I have it. Fuck out of here, you weirdo. Like and that's what I'm worried about. Is like people would be like, what are you doing? Or am I thinking too much?
No, I think the same way. You know, I'm just like hyper cautious about like appearing a certain way or like ruining the reputation or whatever. And I feel like small things like that can just make you feel, if I feel icky when I see it, I don't want someone to feel icky when they see, like if they see me do something like that, you know?
Is another thing, because I do make fun of it.
Yeah.
And I think it's just become a joke these days, is I do have comments and I've gotten DMs that say, you know, oh, you didn't make me comment for this, or like, what do I have to do for that? Like now there's just like a running joke to it. So if I do that, I don't know.
Yeah, you're going to be, it's like you now starting to use Microsoft Teams, like for real, like being serious and using it. We were like, okay, Tim, you sell out.
Well, actually, I've had more insight, which would be funny. If I was like sponsored by Microsoft Teams, that would be funny.
That would be
I just have to use it
hilarious.
Client or whatever, right? Like some of my clients have it. I don't use it, but if they made me use it, then I'd have to use it. Like if that was their mode of communication, then I'd have more ammo. It
would be hilarious because then you could like do like little feature things. But like, look at this useless feature. They would never sponsor you just for that reason. It's like letting a fox in the hen house. You know,
I'd probably kill it for them, to be honest. But whatever. Okay, yeah. Another thing I want to talk about on LinkedIn.
Okay.
Copy and paste culture.
Lord.
It's bad.
It's getting bad.
I don't know if so this has happened for a while, but if you like some of those like viral posts, you copy it. There was one recently. It was like, I didn't see their CV for like, or I passed on a candidate 3 times and then I hired them or whatever. It's just like some weird line. You copy it, you put it into LinkedIn and you see like 50 different people
who have done the same thing. Or
there's the plane with the bullets and it's like survivor bias or whatever. That's getting ridiculous. Everyone's just copying. And then now people are copying from other social platforms. And this is happening a lot on LinkedIn or on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, where everything's just like copied and pasted. And it's really bad. Really, really bad. I don't know what to do.
You know what it is really bad. And you know what I thought about too is like some trend happens on TikTok that kind of just takes off, right?
Yeah.
The first time you see it, you're like, oh my God, this is hilarious. And then you see another person doing it, and you're like, oh my God. Even if that person was before the other person, how many times do you think that it's like an exposure thing, right? Like who exposed you first to it? So if you copied something from another platform and brought it here, and you have a LinkedIn audience that like maybe is older or something, is not on Instagram or TikTok, like scrolling through feeds and stuff. Like that's their only exposure to it. So they're like, ha ha ha, this is freaking incredible or amazing. But it's annoying to the people who've seen it in other formats before. But I think it comes down to, you and I had this discussion a long time ago, which was like the credit piece or the sourcing. Like if it is not your content, do you source someone? Like I have people who source us if they say something like, this was inspired by Taz, and it has nothing to do with my post outside of like one comment thread or something we had. So like, why wouldn't you source something like,
Well, I think there's a big difference between like inspired or like I have no problem if you see something on Instagram or Facebook or whatever and you copy it and you make it B2B.
Yeah.
Like, there's tons of that stuff. Like you could do that all day. You don't have to give them credit because you changed up everything. Like everything's changed. Just the whole concept of it was that you stole.
Like my B2B parodies that I love to do.
Yeah, exactly. Like I literally years ago, I made a video about like Fear Factor. But it was like if B2B was in Fear Factor or something like that. Yeah. That was stolen from someone that made like a video on TikTok about if it was like if the people in the hood were in Fear Factor or something like that. And I just I can make that B2B. This is great. Yeah. Completely different. Obviously it's a video, so it's like completely different. But I stole the inspiration from that. Yeah. But there's straight up people just copying and pasting, which is bad.
And the thing is, like, it's okay. I think like meme content and stuff. No, not the copying is okay. But I told you, I posted a meme like a couple of weeks ago and got 1,200 likes. And it was about how like something was shutting down. And I said something about like, we should shut down Slack or something instead. And everyone thought it was hilarious. But I literally just copied the meme from Instagram and then like reposted the meme itself rather than just like copying the text or changing. I was like, you changed the text. You changed the description text that you put on LinkedIn, is what you're saying? Yeah, I just made it relevant to us because I saw it on Instagram. Yeah. Do you remember that? Yeah. But that's different, right? You can, there's memes, that's what memes are, right? Like you literally... You show it in the meme format. Yeah. Right. Memes are literally just repurposed for every single industry, person, mindset ever. So that's what memes are. So I have no problem with that. Like if you make it B2B, you add different description, that's fine. But if you literally copy and paste the whole thing, here's the copy, here's the image, you just put it into LinkedIn. Oh my. This is all I did. See, it was literally from Instagram. And I was like, okay, a cause I can get behind. Yeah. Right. Can they shut down Teams instead of TikTok? And it was just highly relevant because obviously TikTok was getting... Part of the problem. Me? Now there's now. So you did kind of just copy it from someone else. That is B2B. No, but this was the meme I saw on Instagram and I get you. You know what I mean? I didn't make this meme. And you said I can get behind. So it's almost like, I get this a little bit more. Yeah. The question becomes... Now, there's a difference between you that did it once, or let's just say even 5 times out of your 3,000 million posts. Yeah. That's a big difference, right? Yeah, that's right. Fine. Like you post a meme, you do it once and sourced it too. You do it once in a while. See, I source. Yeah. You can do well. You got it here and there. There's a big difference between that and what I'm saying, which is actually the people that are literally every other post are like copy and pasted, or like that's what they just go off of. Like that's what they do. Yeah. They just kind of, and then, and here's where it gets worse is they do that. Awesome. It does well. No one catches on, but then they turn around in a month and repost the same thing. And then now they're copying their self, which was copied from this thing. So it's a good cycle. Just keeps going. And here's why it's possible is because like, if you think about all the social platforms and LinkedIn's becoming more of this, it's less about like your followers. Like your followers don't even like if I don't click the bell for you, I'm not going to see your post for some reason. Yeah. It's not about the followers anymore. It's more about like your interests or whatever. And so you can do that because if you did that over and over again and your followers saw the same thing every time, they would call you out. They would unfollow you. But because it's interest based, it's just going to go to different people. So like you have different people coming in and out. And so people are be like, oh, I never saw that before. I never saw it. Like they don't care because they never saw it before. But if they notice that you're copying, pasting everything, like they'll unfollow you or they just won't care anymore and engage. So it's like, it's getting tough. Yeah. And there's just people that are just straight up lying. I mean, I don't know if you've like the rage bait's getting crazy. It's like, what did I see yesterday? And it was like, those posts that have the 2 hooks. The ones I'm talking about where they bury the stuff under Seymour, but he had like written it in a way to do that. And everyone's like, oh, we see what you did there, whatever. But then there were people who didn't get it. And they were like, yeah, I hate those too. And I'm like, oh my God, you've succumbed to this. But the rage bait, funny. Yeah, it's interesting. We still love it though. We do. I mean, I'm not gonna, but I do think it's getting like crazy because even just like the AI videos are getting good. I don't know if you've seen some of these videos. It's like, are these even like, they just look real. You haven't seen any ones? Maybe no. This might be more like Facebook and stuff like that, but I'm seeing like these, I don't know if I've seen them post on LinkedIn, but there's like this one of like whales getting their barnacles brushed off. It's AI, but it looks real. And if you're just scrolling by, you wouldn't even know. Wow. Or like, I'm sure you've seen the one, and I'm not saying this is fake, but who's to say it's not fake? Is this like AI
talking to each other thing recently?
No, I need to
stop it. You haven't seen this?
No.
This was posted on LinkedIn for like 3 days straight.
Oh, see, this is where I don't scroll the feed and it hurts me.
Well, basically start talking to each other in their own little thing.
Wow.
Just watch this.
Oh, hello there. I'm actually an AI assistant too.
And then they talk to each other in a different little thing.
Wow.
This was posted on LinkedIn all day. How did you not see it?
Well, I haven't been there much today.
No, this is like a couple days ago. Like everyone was like just posting about it. But what I'm trying to get to is who's to say that's not AI? Like that could have been an AI created video and people just go with it. Or like you see the one, like that's what's getting interesting. Still, but like to your point, still love it. LinkedIn's great.
Still not going anywhere. Still going to be right here manually creating content like an asshole.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like why not just copy and paste?
I know. I need, well, I'm just waiting. Well, Goldcast already has figured it out for me because their like content lab thing, I can just upload a pod and it will cut up all the clips for me automatically, which was amazing. And I'm like, this is the kind of video shit I need in my life. And
is it good though?
It's pretty good. Like all the ones I posted with Devin's interview, Devin and me, like that's on my LinkedIn, all came from Content Lab, those clips. But the ones where like, I can't TikTok because I'm like an old millennial. I'm not a Tim Davidson of video, which you were like, yeah, it's pathetic. That's you got to get on that. But yeah, now I just need something. I need it to get there. So I can just be like, okay, cut this up, like make this cute, throw some hearts in here. Like I could just tell it what to do.
I think we're thinking of way different things here. That just sounds brutal. That sounds silly. You can do that now. It's not good.
Oh, yeah, I know it's not good. That's what I'm saying. But anyway, you're talking about like people thinking that something's real, but it's not real. Because it's AI.
Well, it's just getting really good. I don't know what else to say. Like, and not even that. It's just people are getting good at. People understand the algorithms now. Like they understand what's going to go viral. Like you lie about something and
you lie. Yeah.
You know, like it's just true. I mean, Facebook, it does this a lot. I mean, I like Marvel movies. And so I see all this content about Marvel and every single day it's like rumors, this person's coming back, rumors, this person's going to be in the next movie. There's this new movie and it's just like AI type of videos showing like trailers. And it's all fake.
Yeah.
You read the comments and all of them are like, wow, this is going to be awesome. You don't know what's real or not anymore.
Yeah.
Still love it though. Still love it.
You still love it. I love it. Stay tuned. This is slowly turning into a Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
We don't know what's real. It's all fake. It's fake news.
No, this is all real. We're good. Gated comments though. And that's the interesting part. Here's a question. Real question. This could take 2 minutes. Pods. We know they're bad. We all say they're bad, right? If you're in a classic pod, you go into a WhatsApp and you put your post in there. Everyone likes it. That's bad. Now, what I've noticed in Slack communities is there is people that will post their post in those communities, not asking for people to engage with them, not saying like for a like, but they post it every single day. They share it in those communities with the intention of what? To get the engagement there. Is that a pod? Is that a pod?
When you asked me this yesterday, without as much context, I said, yes, absolutely. It's a pod. I feel like if you're like, what did they say? What is the accompanying text?
That goes you'd like this, how this group would like this.
100%. That is just like, we're not a pod. It's like, oh, I thought you guys would like this. I'm part of a few groups that they do that, like women supporting women or whatever. And it's like, I'm like, no, this is just, you're using my vagina to garner like it's not, we're not doing this. But yeah, no, that is 100% a pod.
Okay. I do think it's borderline pod. I wouldn't say it's pod. Because
it's not pod.
It's not like a pod. It's not like a like for like type of. I've heard some of these are like really stingent. Like if you're not liking everyone's post because at the same time or whatever, like you're out. Like I've heard of those, but I think it's borderline pod.
Yes.
But then again, not to tie it back to the engagement to the gated comments. Why not get as much engagement as you can?
But does it work? Like, do people actually go and click and like and?
To be honest, I don't know. I've never done it. I'm just very anti-promo for some reason, which is terrible.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing though. Like, I think people just get tired if someone's just constantly asking them for something. Like you see the same, you talked about some of these people, like Joseph doesn't do it every day, but like once a month he'll post that and be like, hey, here's I updated it with new stuff, whatever. Right. Cool. Okay. If you're the person that does it like every single day, that's what I always do, like the 90% value, 10% ask or whatever. And it's like, it's the same shit for here where there's no CTA on our posts. There's none of that shit. And it's like, when you do ask, then people are like, okay, you know, she doesn't really ask for that much. Like, okay, she's not selling. I feel like if they know your intentions are pure, but it's like, that's the piece, you know? I'm just like, I hate fucking talking to this guy. He's always asked me for shit. That's like the vibe, you know?
Yeah, that's a good point. Cause like if you share it and it's like a top, like if it's very timely and you do it like once every month or even more, then it's like, all right, he's got something he's excited about. They're excited about. That's fair. Do it every day.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What's here? What are you trying to do here?
Yeah.
It's annoying. I don't want to see this notification every day. That's too much.
Yeah. Also, there are people who will they'll banter with me a little bit because they know I like the comments. So they'll banter with me a little bit in my comments. And then like, I know what game they're playing. You know, they try to build like rapport or whatever with me. And then I get a message from them like, hey, you know, I posted this. I really thought that you would like it, or you'd have a sassy comment to say, and I will on purpose not comment on the post.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm petty like that.
You just archive the message, or
I don't respond.
You don't respond at all?
No.
Wow.
And it's funny because I am the person who mostly responds. I might respond like late or whatever, but if I don't respond to a comment that you've left on my post, or I don't respond to a thing like that, just know like that's me. I always have a response. So if you comment on my post and you say some bullshit, if someone's challenging me, that's fine. I will respond to that. But if it's a very clear AI generated comment or something that has no substance, I don't do anything. I think
they've cracked down on those.
I'm
getting less of them. I'm getting less of them.
Really?
And even some of the people that I just knew, you know, there's people that come every single time. Same freaking bull crap. Yeah. I've noticed they're actually like real people and they like comment now. It's like real comment. Unless AI is getting good. I don't know. That could be it. The comments seem different. It's not like asking a question every single time at the end. They're like, or just like summarizing the whole thing. You know, what do you think about blah?
Yeah. And then a follow-up question. You know, what's funny is that somebody I know told me that they were using their VA to comment, and then he was like, I quickly stopped that shit because like people knew it wasn't me. And I'm like, yeah, so like obvious. Imagine if Rhoda was comment, people would be like, this is 100% not Taz.
Well, it's obvious because they're not you, right? And they can't understand what you would say to these, and every single post is different, right? So it's not like you can say if this then that, like it's not possible.
Yeah.
So the only thing you can do is have them comment agreed. No, or like if you're going to use someone to do it, the only thing that's possible is like agreed, nice job, like all that crap, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like, oh, that's obviously stupid. So you have to do it yourself. Like there's no way around that because no one is you, and like you just can't respond. Every post is gonna be so different.
Yeah.
You can have them flag you on like posts, be like you should comment on this one. Great. Use that. But they can't comment for you. Well, you can give them the information and comment for you, but that's different.
But then you might as well just go and freaking comment.
Actually, it saves time.
What? Having them comment, but you tell them what to comment?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm on there enough. I don't need it. She can do other stuff for me.
I get inundated by the notifications sometimes. It's craziness. Yeah. Or just, it's not even like real notifications, but crap, LinkedIn notifications.
LinkedIn notifications suck. Like I like a comment and I'll get every notification on that comment thread, even if I didn't comment on it. If I liked a post, I get every notification on post. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? I'm like, I don't need that.
That might be a setting. I don't get that.
I've gone to the set. If you like a post and get every notification on that post, I spend half my time going, I don't think no longer notify me about this post. No, notify me about this post over and over again.
I don't think I get those. So there might be a setting.
Okay. Last one.
Okay.
Influencer marketing.
Ooh, let's leave that for next time.
Okay. Because we're both going to do something tomorrow.
There's that too. Yeah.
And then we'll talk about it next time.
Pull some data and just good content. Cliffhanger.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So we'll also pull up the examples next time.
Of influencer marketing?
Yes. The different types that we talked about via text. And then we'll pull it up and the one that's going on tomorrow. And we're going to show the different kinds. The ones that are like not banded and the ones that are banded and how those work together. And then we can argue the different points of view because I really just want everyone to agree with me. But you were like, oh, that person has a point. So I guess we'll argue about it next time.
I think you lost me there. I think you lost me on that one. You have to explain.
What? I sent you.
What did I do?
No, I sent you the person's response because I was like, I don't think that we should be doing campaigns this way. And you're like, yeah, that person would know more though. I'm like, okay, I need everybody to just agree with me. That's where I'm going with it.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. We can talk about that in the next one.
Okay. Sounds
you know what we should do though?
But I have been like crowdsourcing. So like qualitatively talking to people and saying, what if I started a podcast with someone unnamed, very famous co-host. And we were kind of like a TMZ / SNL, but also like a little like valuable insights in there. What do you think about that? Oh, that would smash for B2B. I'm like, bet. We're going to do it.
Problem is, they probably think you're thinking about like Dave Gerhardt or someone. Definitely.
No, I did mention your name to actually a few people. So yeah, don't worry. They're not expecting Dave Gerhardt. I don't even think he wants to do his podcast anymore. He's like just handed it off.
No, he is. He's over it. He's got money.
He's just playing golf and
he's good. He's
carrying around sandbags or whatever. So, okay. Next time, influencer marketing and the events that we're going to this year.
And other stuff.
There's always going to be more stuff because of the feed. And that's a wrap on Notorious B2B, where we expose the nonsense and remind you that most B2B marketing is just a very expensive guessing game.
Don't and post a passive-aggressive LinkedIn poll about it. We'll still find you.
And if you have B2B drama we should cover, slide into our DMs. We accept screenshots, leaked internal memos, and questionable brand rebrands.
Until next time, keep your marketing unhinged and your LinkedIn bio free of the words growth hacker. See you later.
Later, skater.